What's going on, everyone? It's time for another action sci-fi film review. Today we're going to do the film Chronicles of Riddick. We're going to continue on with the Riddick franchise. This is part of my countdown to Halloween things that I've been doing, where all this month I'm going to post at least one review every day till Halloween, either horror, sci-fi, fantasy, or thriller, and to help you find something weird and obscure to check out instead of watching all the same old junk every year. So, yeah. So this is the third installment in the Riddick franchise. So let's get to it. It was released June 11th, 2004, and it's directed by David Toy, who did Pitch Black, the first one, and you go on to do Riddick, the third one, but he also did lend a helping hand in the other animated film, Furia, and he also did films like A Perfect Getaway, The Arrival, and Below. This had a budget of $110 million, and it was a flop when it came out. So this is the epic quest of Riddick, who is fleeing around the galaxy as he's a killer, and from bounty hunters trying to hunt him down, where he meets an ambassador of an ambassador who informs him that there's an alien race known as the Necromongers who are basically trying to annihilate the human race out of the galaxy to make it so for more dominance. And so this is your typical fantasy action film with a lot of melodrama mixed into it. The story itself has some pretty cool, amusing parts to it, where there's some good comedic tones mixed in with this, besides just being a serious action film. And it does have some pretty cool like creatures in it and stuff too, demon dogs and things like that they use at their disposal, which actually makes it for a more thrilling film. The action in this film is actually pretty good for the most part. There's a couple fight scenes where it's pretty sloppy looking and dull, but for the most part I liked how it was. The CG might not hold up to most people's standards nowadays, and it kind of looks a little dated. And the music in it really actually complements it well, and overall I thought the acting was decent enough, and it did have some pretty amusing cinematography, so it has all that going for it. It's the story and characters that are this is a very overpacked film of a whole pile of characters you have to follow, which is from a couple bounty hunters to the Necromongers to Riddick and his inner circle to the people trying to warn him. And it gets very stagnant and very convoluted throughout. And as the film progresses, besides it having a big action spectacle, it's still not the greatest in this aspect. There's a lot more better films done like that. This is like them trying to be the next Star Wars or Star Trek, Dune, something like that, where it doesn't really work that well. And if you go after watching Pitch Black, you're going to be really disappointed because there's not very many monsters in this movie. It's more of a huge Star Trek fight scene, basically. And it gets a little dull and redundant. So overall, I thought the film was entertaining, like an entertaining sci-fi action popcorn flick, but for the most part, it doesn't really have anything redeeming about it. It's just a convoluted mess. And overall, I thought it was, besides being a good popcorn flick, I thought it was pretty boring for some of it. And it's still, somehow they made another one of these, but for the most part, I thought it was just okay. So I'm going to give the Chronicles of Riddick a 2.5 out of 5. It was amusing, but overall, it's just another sci-fi action film with no real meaning or anything to really grasp on. So yeah, but if you want to check it out, I'm not sure where it's streaming, but I'll link the trailer down below, so you at least check that out. Also, make sure you check out my Instagram. That's linked down below. That's where I post clips of films and review in the future on my story. I should put the film title in there and some fun fact thing in there as well. Also, my Letterbox down below, Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first starting or after watching the films. And my Twitter's down below, reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms. Stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video, share it to more people, wherever. Comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. If you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Also, let me know if you want me to do the rest of the Riddick films. I know there's Riddick, the third one, and there's another anime animated one, which I'm probably not going to touch on. So, but if you want me to review that, let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what your favorite Riddick film is, and yeah, make sure you subscribe. Hope you find some weird, obscure nod that you probably never thought of checking out together. And also, share my opinions on popular films, classic films, and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell because we're going to do some horror thriller from the 90s called Phantoms in the next review. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those alien race trying to annihilate the human race because, well, I don't know why they want to do that because we're a dumb race anyways. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.